back to Open Your Eyes. Joining us for our first conversation, it's all about celebrating faith through song at Arise and Shine Gospel. Joining us to talk about this event is Jacob Shahidi, and he is the coordinator of the Arise and Shine Gospel. And we also have Laura Flores, who is a church leader at the World Harvest Mission Center.
Good morning.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us today. Let's begin with what Arise and Shine Gospel is.
Well, it's an event that came about on the heart of our pastor, Esther Cho, last year when we were attending a conference in Honduras. And we saw Paul Wilbur, who's a psalmist from the U.S., and the Lord put in her heart to do a worship, an altar of worship in Belize, so that the nation can come and worship him in spirit and in truth. And we thought that, bringing him to Belize was very important as a catalyst to ensure that people can open their heart and surrender to him, transformation of the nation, so to speak, and to bring that revival that we speak about, that we want so much for Belize. Yeah. And so, she brought the vision to many of the pastors, the Taiwanese churches, the English-speaking churches, the Spanish-speaking churches. And so a committee was formed. And so for the past couple of months, we have been working in trying to get this organized. And so we're at the footstep of getting the event going for next week, Saturday. So it's an event that we would want to invite everybody. It's not, you don't have to be a church member, so to speak, but really what we want to see is that the Holy Spirit will guide the families, men, women, youths, and children to come to the event.
Yeah.
Right?
If you're looking for some type of divine interaction or to be touched by the Spirit in some way, I think a revival is the perfect place or the perfect experience to look for.
Exactly.
And even I think around this time of the year, we know that celebrations are taking place in September, but we want to experience the type of blessing to celebrate 44 more years of Belize and nation building as well. Let's talk about the elements of this event. We know that there will be levels of like a gospel type, concert type thing. When we think revival, it could really have many elements to it. Yeah. So let's talk about what people can expect at the event.
Okay, so we are inviting Paul Wilbur, right? He's an internationally acclaimed worship artist. He's a songwriter. He's a pastor, an author, and a teacher, and he has about 35 different albums, recorded. Wrote about 24 different books. A very humble man, right? And we were able to get in touch with him, and he has this date open up for him, right? He's very busy, and so it aligned with September, which is something,
festive for us.
Yes. And bringing a different dimension to the atmosphere. Music is a powerful tool, right? Music transcends culture, it shapes, societies and everything. And so having him come with his messianic roots, blended with contemporary worship, is a different sound that you might get, a different feel. And so I feel that having him there express the type of worship, environment will be something very positive for the country, especially at this time.
When you say non-denominational, what does that mean for persons who might not know?
Non-denominational refers to any and everybody, yes.
Yeah. All religions.
If you want to classify it as religions, anyone is invited. You don't have to be a certain faith. Evangelical, Catholic, Baptist. It doesn't matter, right?
Yeah.
We all have the same goal and seeing Jesus be lifted up, right?
What do you hope, or how do you hope that this concert would impact Belizeans?
That's a very good question. I'll summarize it with this story. So much of us have biblical knowledge. We heard about David. He was a harpist. And it says that Saul was tormented by demonic entities. And he was summoned by the king, Saul. David, we need you to come play for the king. And it says that while he was playing, these demons that were tormenting Saul, King Saul, left. So if we can say then that if music that is aligned with the Spirit of God deters darkness, one can say that dark music can become a magnet for destruction, for sadness, for despair. You know, so it's about people experiencing a breath of fresh air,
And light.
hope,
Yes.
restoration, you know. And you don't have to, you know, sometimes with these events too, we are appealing to the divine heaven coming to earth, visiting us. And a lot of things happen, healings, you know.
Deliverance.
You know, hearts are changed, you know. We need more of God in our society,
Yes.
right? Without that, I think that the train is going to derail, and He's the creator. We need to appeal to Him so that we can all, you know, complete our purposes here on earth, right?
So this event is free and
Yes.
open to everyone, I understand?
Yes, and it's also going to be, because he sings in English, Spanish, and Hebrew,
Oh.
we will also have a translator. So we will have it in bilingual, English and Spanish. And just to add what Jacob was saying, that what we want to achieve at the end is that the altar of worship, we are the altar, right? Our lives are the altar that we can sacrifice to the Lord. In the past, you know, through Elijah, he sacrificed, he rebuilt the altar, and the Holy Spirit sent fire from heaven. But now what we want is the Holy Spirit to dwell in us on a daily basis. So what we're saying is that we want to see that everyone will be rekindled, have that personal interaction with the Holy Spirit at this event, and that it will be something throughout their lifetime. You know, so that's very important, and we encourage everyone to know that the Holy Spirit is real, and He's there for everyone to transform lives.
What I understand is that this is a collaboration with different entities. Can you talk about how you all came together to plan this event?
Correct. It's a difficult task in getting denominations per se, you know, come together because of, you know, can be a very touchy topic, right? But yeah, a group of leaders, spiritual leaders met together and jointly decided that they're going to work to have this event take place. Besides Paul being there, there's also going to be other local ministers sharing, praying, and have an invited guest from Honduras. She's an author too, a doctor, coming and sharing a portion as well in that event, right? So it's going to be multifaceted.
Yes.
Yes.
When does it start?
At 5 p.m.
Okay.
At 5 p.m. And we don't have what time it's going to finish.
Yes.
Whatever the Holy Spirit says, right?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I know when music is involved, a lot of people and service and worship is involved.
Yes.
It's really,
It's hard to make you go home.
it's,
I know,
you
right? And Emma Sosa, that who Jacob is referring to, she is our spiritual cover, and she has written many books, and she has come to Belize many times, right? So we are very happy that she will be sharing a prophetic word for the nation. So we'll collaborate, and she has worked a lot with Paul Wilbur. So you know, it's a very good combination. And then the ministers are across Belize. We have pastors from Dangriga, from PG, from the Northern Districts, from Belize City, that have joined in this event. So we are welcoming everyone to come.
And it's for
Yes,
free.
and it's free.
It starts this Saturday at 5.
Next
Saturday,
September
sorry, the
13th.
13th of September at 5 p.m.
Yes.
What else can persons expect apart from music to be displayed?
We will have sale. Paul Wilbur will have sales of his music, right? Jay?
Yeah, he's bringing
And-
some books and
and
material,
Yes.
merchandise. I guess it's a good time to fellowship. You know, people meet one another. You know, you never know. You can meet a person there, a pastor, a ministry that, you know, could be a life-changing experience as well.
I think of at events like these, you really get to hear testimonies that almost sound unreal as well. And those are the things that I always look forward to, hearing people's stories and you know, their contact with divine intervention that they would have experienced one way or another. I think it's so moving when you hear people's stories and their personal experiences of having that God touch impact. And what it could do for you, just hearing someone else's story too.
Right.
You know,
Yes.
it's truly something that I think is important to continue to hear where people share their stories.
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
All right. Well, as we wrap up the conversation, I want to remind our viewers again of the location, the time, and what they could bring or what they should bring. Do you bring anything with you?
Well, we do encourage the dancers, you know, the worshipers, to bring their instruments if they have the, how do you call it, the harps or the panderos,
Tambourines.
their flags,
Okay.
to bring those with them. You know, it would be very good so that
The best
everybody.
instrument is yourself.
Yes.
Exactly.
Will there be any like food on sale and so forth there?
No, we won't be catering for that, but
Okay.
I think there'll be some maybe refreshments.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Yes.
Well, it starts September 13th, 5 p.m. at the Civic Center.
Arise and shine.
Arise and shine. Thank
and
you all
shine
so
at
much for
gospel.
joining us.
Well, thank you so
you.
much
Thank
for
you
having
too.
us here, and we welcome you all to be there too, to be
Thank
part
you.
of it.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. Thank
All right.
you.
We take a quick break now, but don't go anywhere. When we come back, we have much more for you right here on Open Your Eyes.